All right, we're going to flip now to our best bets here in week 13. I'm going to get us kick-started with a play out of the Sun Belt. Southern Miss laying 3 at Louisiana Monroe. The Golden Eagles can be a difficult team to get up for emotionally as a bettor. You're not necessarily brimming with confidence when you slide that bet across the window, but here's the deal. Their defense leads the nation in interception rate. They're 10th in sack rate. And, it's an old cliche, play field position. They played very well, 4th nationally in field position, and they can really stop the run. On the other side, Monroe's defense has an opportunity to make the Golden Eagles look dynamic. They're 127th in scoring D. You can kill them on the ground. They give 4.8 yards per carry. That's all USM is going to do in this game. So 4.8 yards per carry, by the way, that's 111th nationally. Finally, USM nearly upset South Alabama last week. I think there's still that team that is a really difficult out, even when their offense isn't humming. They were outgained by over 100 yards there, and they were right on the Jags' heel the whole way. And clearly, they're the best team, or the second best team in the Sun Belt West. So I think that was a quality loss, to borrow, some verbiage from March Madness and resume building and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the 3 here. I would play it all the way up to 6.5. I think the Warhawks are kind of a dead team walking at this point with bowl eligibility out the window. What are your thoughts on USM here?
I'm actually going to touch on this game a little bit later. We may be doubling down here.
Fantastic. All right. How about your best bet?
I'm sticking to the Sun Belt too, and kind of a similar mindset to you. A Sun Belt team that is sitting at 5-6 and needs a win to go bowling, which I always like to target this last week. I'm going to lay the 5.5. It's been kind of jumping around. 5.5 is what it was last night. I'm going to lay the 5.5 with Louisiana against Texas State. Louisiana has reached the bowl in all 4 seasons under Billy Napier. They've won 3 straight bowl games. Overall, they're 7-2 in bowl games. That tells me that they take them seriously and that they care about them. Now they sit 5-6, have a chance to keep their bowl streak alive in their first year under new head coach. The Raging Cajuns, they have taken a step back this year. I don't think I've bet on them all season, but Texas State is one of the worst teams in the Sun Belt. I think this is probably the end of the Spavital family reunion. Do you agree with that? I think this is kind of, they've worn out their welcome a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's time for a regime change in San Marcos.
Yeah, they're one of the worst offensive teams in the country. They are dead last in the Sun Belt in yards per play, 121st in the country. They can't pass the ball at all. Lane Hatcher has 19 turnover-worthy plays, 9th most in the country. They just have 8 rushing touchdowns all season. Only 4 teams have fewer. Calvin Hill has been their top back, but he's been hurt for pretty much this whole year. And while Louisiana has struggled against the run, they have been pretty solid against the pass. And Georgia Southern is the only team to throw for over 250 yards against them in the last 8 games. Texas State they throw the ball at the 22nd highest rate in the country. So they're going to throw it, but they stink at it. They're just 123rd in success rate. Louisiana quarterbacks, Ben Wooldridge and Chandler Fields, have basically split reps the entire season. But now Wooldridge is out for the season, so it's going to be Chandler Fields going forward. He's been Levi Lewis's backup for 3 seasons. He's been in this program. He has 13 big-time throws, 5 turnover-worthy plays. He actually has the highest big-time throw rate in the Sun Belt. He just hasn't, played that much. But they finally have gotten their running game going, which was really the issue early on. They have over 200 yards on the ground in 3 of their last 4 games, before the Florida State game, which I'm pretty much just throwing out. Chris Smith is the lead guy, but they do rotate him with Terrence Williams and Draylon Washington, who have both been pretty good. Last year, this Louisiana team was one of the most experienced teams in the entire country. They ranked 114th this season in returning production. That was a big reason we didn't like them. We kind of faded them almost the entire first half of the season. Excuse me. If you look at, though, as they've kind of grown this year, in the first 5 games, they averaged 327 yards per game on offense and allowed 370 yards on defense. Well, in the next 5 games, they averaged 410 yards per game on offense, and they've allowed just 338 on defense. So you can see they've gotten so much better as the season has gone on. They're a new coaching staff, a new roster. I think with a team full of underclassmen, it's a team I like to target that's going to still care about making a bowl game, having this postseason. They're all going to be back next year. So I think they're going to finish out this season strong. So I love the spot of them needing to win a bowl game against a pretty bad Texas State team.